When you selected this reading, you may have already had a problem in mind. I know I did. In approaching our problems, we are meant to ruminate over nothing else than the points of resolution. So recall relationships bleed into one another, and oftentimes you'll notice how one relationship speaks to another. Whether inanimate elements or live, our approach to projects, situations, selves, and people mirror similar dynamics. All of it is meant to teach us how to transcend our cycles by viewing it in different angles, letting the conflicts appear live and in 3D physical view with higher dimensions to apply within our own willpower. It is our choice to apply the 5D spiritual aspect universal grasp to our lessons or learn from them in the raw at surface level. This reading is meant to open other angles of your perspective to match more of what the divine, inclusive of your higher self, is attempting to resource you with. While one of my newest directives is to bring happiness into the world, I am also told not to deny or overlook my current trials. This was made in efforts to confront rather than battle a recent event that was trying to tell me something more about my view on live discord and approach to finding happiness. I think it's something we could all refresh on because when we engage in it, it's almost like a miniature ascension to the way we handled things before. We upgrade ourselves without putting too much pressure on our view of what's supposed to be. So we end up saving our energy on being present in what can be improved rather than what's broken. Contrary to how can I fix it, which is the way I began with what I felt was broken, this leaned towards how can I improve. I hope this offers you insight, becoming both more realistic and positive to your situation as it did for me. Doing this reading alone was a way for me to upgrade my view with the help of your perspective. It's an intimate and anonymous way to resource what each individual in the community has to offer, which is very cool because the Three of Pentacles showed up a couple of times. It's no spoiler alert, but one of the highlights I felt needed an honorable mention, as this is an equal energy exchange between each other and our guides. For that, I thank you in advance. Well, hello over there. I'm Tina. This is To the Inner World. What was that all about? Thanks for joining me. It is nearly midnight, the witching hour, and today we're going to do a pick a card reading. Completely impromptu, and let's go with 3 piles, okay? So just use your intuition. You can pick more than one pile if you like. Some may call to you more than others, and what I suggest being on your end is selecting in order of priority that which resonates most to the one that least resonates if you're going to pick more than one pile. So watch them in that order. I found that in practice it worked very well for me. Okay, so let's pick from 3 different piles. This is kind of weird. What should I pick for you guys? Okay, pile 1 will be dried lavender. Dried lavender. Pile 2 will be this what do you call it? Geranium that has some oils on it. Can you see very well here? That is pile 2. Pile 3 will be we shall select A dried rose. Dried rose it is. Okay, so what question are we asking? I'll do a final picture on that. But what are we asking? We're asking, how do I fix this? We will be using the Mucha Tarot and the Mystical Tarot. Okay. Pile 1 again is your dried lavender. Gosh. Pile 2 are your geraniums. With the oil on it. And then pile 3 is a dried piece of rose. Okay. Alright, how do I fix this? Pile 1. Spirit, I invite you in. Angels and higher selves of those that are watching pile 1. How does pile 1 fix it? Well, we've got these 4 that flipped out. That was fast. Okay. So you have 1 Ace of Wands, 3 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and 5 of Swords. Okay. Spirit, how does pile 1 fix whatever they're going through? It's saying to use your creativity, your willpower, your strength in self in order to forge ahead. And being able to look beyond your horizon and see there's more than what's right in front of you. Not neglecting current circumstance, but to realize that you are where you are for a certain reason in order to gain hold of this concept of the 4 of Wands. Home and hearth, a victory on the home front. Basically, how do you say it? Overcoming the challenge that you are faced with currently so that you can level up to the next round. That's what we're all here to do. Yes, because this person isn't upset at where she is. She's almost like the Fool card with 2 more wands. Putting 1 stake in the ground, like I've been here and now I'm gaining perspective. I have the world at my hands, in my heart. Gaining perspective. Spirit is showing us, here's an extra wand, that's you. You're actually the 4 of Wands. So to find that willpower and that joy within in order to forge ahead. And being in cooperative union with the divine in all that life presents you. You know that when you build something together, that you're not always going to see eye to eye as a team. And sometimes you can agree to disagree. Instead of letting things come to a boil, we give it a break. I heard a low ringing in my left ear. We let things simmer a little so that we marinate in the warmth of whatever surrounds us. like the gestation period of the hen to its egg, so that we're able to find the benefit in the melding of both flavors within like this whole recipe, right? Yeah, something to think about. Our differences, but more so to realize the reality of it without letting it become another obstacle. Just realize where that comes from, because we're all raised differently, with varying degrees of experiences, and we're usually at different phases and different paces of our lives, especially when we hit karmic roadblocks that are meant to act as boosters, to the next level ahead. And that's what Spirit's saying. And then the last part of that is the Five of Swords. Now, it's asking us to keep our ego in check. That without confidence that it's not. The pause and contemplation is a message in itself as advice to take a break before you roll forwards, because we can be our own worst enemy. So part of this journey is about self-discovery towards self-mastery. We may forget this at times, being so used to the world of physical representations of achievements. Hence the discipline needed to pause before we take a step forwards. Sorry, it just hit midnight and my bell went off. But it's to keep our perspective in check. That we're not just doing it for ourselves and in it just to you do you. Because when we do that, we could have a tendency in using others just as a stepping stone. This is a warning at the back end. It's ego driven. So just to keep that in check, because we want to make sure that we fix it in the long run, a long-term solution, not just a band-aid. Yeah, to keep within our own within the boundaries, because you see here how it looks like when you're struggling with an opponent, you don't step over the line. That would be cheating. Yeah. So since this is presented by himself, it's basically cheating himself once you let that ego come into drive. This is selenite. We're going to use that. Selenite is named after the moon goddess. It helps us clear negativity and confusion by working with angelic energies. Perhaps a convenient reminder to ask for help in order to resource it. Consider them like divine life coaches. Yeah, perspective. That we need to be able to put the swords down. See, picking this up or putting it down, it's your decision on whether or not to keep that heartbreak up, having the Three of Swords energy. Are we going to put that down, or are we going to pick it up and carry it with us? Because we only have two hands. In all actuality, we only need one. But we're in the transitory state that we have to be mindful. And that when we're fixing things, to keep our defenses in check. By defenses, I also mean our triggers. I think it's the fire element on his boots. So he's like the hot stepper, like quick to jump. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Quick to move. A reminder to be patient with self in order to gain more practice in it for others. So let me get a clarifier on that with this, with Five of Swords. Spirit. Clarify for the Five of Swords on pile 1, Spirit. How does pile 1 fix it, whatever they're going through? We need to clarify for pile 1's Five of Swords. Spirit. Okay. Three of Cups. Okay. Three of Cups is about celebration for your achievements. Celebration for basically the people, 403 and o'clock, for the people that surround you. Or sometimes even people celebrate their shortcomings, like, how do I say it? Celebrating is a gesture that parallels to counting our blessings. So we celebrate because we are alive, and sometimes it's just to remind us that we are, with our differences being a resource that can always be enhanced in sequence with another. You always have to find a reason to celebrate, rather than continue to tear down. It's not saying to celebrate like shits and giggles. This is celebrate for no reason. This is celebrating camaraderie, the presence of one another, because each of you bring gifts that have yet to be discovered if they're not already in play. Anything else for pile 3 spirit? Pile 1. Anything else for pile 1? You might resonate with pile 3 though if I misspoke on that. This is the 5 of Cups in reverse. Yes, so you're releasing that energy. When you celebrate like this, when you find time to celebrate each other's accomplishments, as well as the cohesive bond in building something together, the act of building something together, the efforts in building something together, 5:56 on the clock. When you celebrate that, you're releasing this disappointment of 3 that have fallen, previous disappointments of losses. So you're not focusing on the big L, but the 2 that remain standing, as well as the 3 that are revived within this celebration. So you are releasing this disappointment, this feeling of defeat. Yeah. Okay, that's it for pile 1. I hope that helped you with your perspective on how to fix things. We're moving on to pile 2 spirit with the geranium. Pile 2. How do you fix it? Oh man. 4 on the floor. 5. The Knight of Wands in reverse. The 7 of Swords in reverse. The Tower in reverse. The 8 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords. I think I might need to get clarification, but let's get this going, okay? So, how do we fix this? The Knight of Wands is about passion and that vigor. It's a driving force of pushing forward, but almost with a lack of forethought. You're just basically driving forward with your heart or your loins, your passion. So maybe you're withdrawing from doing that you're standing back a little bit, withdrawn. Yeah, contemplating, taking more time to think before you move with your passions, whatever ignites you. And to release, when you do that, to release the deceit, whatever masks, whatever preconceived notions, constructs that no longer serve you. So, whatever it is you need to fix, pile 2 is an act of taking a step back to think about what your masks, your lies, the deceits that are not just within you, but also within your environment, and often both near the same. This includes the impact of our domestic and societal upbringing. And the Tower moment in reverse is, I feel like this is, Angels, what do you say about this? Oh, not losing your head, because this is like a topper, right? I feel like that's losing your head, the cap of this foundation, because it's in reverse. You might be going through a tough time right now, or may have been for a while. 10:10 on the clock. That this is an ongoing vibe, at least as of late. You see, these are ears. This is the head. This is the base. This is full foundation, full structure. And then that's losing your head. So then there's this lightning force, it looks like. Steam coming out of yours. So it's not losing your head, not losing your temper when things go amiss. Yeah. Because, you know, part of the masks that we have to deal with are also what we feel like we deserve, how we feel like things should be. And when we have this concept of how things should be, we can often lose our temper when things don't match up. So it's asking us to take a step back a little bit and think about the situation that we're in, why we're in it, and just quiet time with ourselves. Eight of Swords, it's a stuck energy. Now, while this is normally conceived as a negative, this is something that is, I think this is something that's needed. It's more than just being stuck. It's almost like the Hanged Man, but more passive. It's almost playing dead here. Do you see that? It's withdrawing. Like I said, the Hangman, the angels, being withdrawn almost. Yeah, withdrawn, almost like playing dead to the antagonists in your world, or even the people that, how do I say it? You need quiet time. You need your you time. Because you're dealing with this Three of Swords energy, and that's still an upright. Notice how it almost looks like the devil and an aorta at the same time. You see, there's 3 moths here. Moths are divine messengers. 13:13 on the clock. Whoa. Each sword is meant to tell you something. Recall from the intro that we're meant to learn about the whole picture, to close the whole cycle. And we do this by looking at the piercings from different angles. This is a reminder of it. And then the 3 birds trailing off over here. Yeah. Yeah, there's growth. You see the spirals? They may look like, what do you call it? Not just tornadoes, whirlwinds, cyclones. Anyway, they may look like disasters beneath you, but these are areas of growth. If you could just look beyond it, on a higher point of view, almost like the Hanged Man, but we're staying grounded in this energy, feeling the earth, feeling the pain, feeling everything that we're going through. That's how to fix it. Sheer experience, but not being so involved with every single detail. You know, interactive is what I meant. Anything else to clarify with the Mucha Tarot spirit for pile 2? Is there anything else you would want to say? Knight of Cups in reverse. Knight of Cups is about like feeling pleasure, satisfaction. So why would there be dissatisfaction? Why would... Okay, 8 of Swords. I mean 8 of Wands. And 3 of Pentacles. Okay. How do we fix it if we're feeling dissatisfaction? Or when we're feeling dissatisfaction? Or a thirst for more? Keep moving. Keep moving. Contrary to the 8 of Swords, where you're feeling like trapped and stagnant, know that the message in that was just to kind of withdraw from the world. Like, but in all actuality, you're going to keep moving on your personal stuff. Because when you keep things going, with every action, you're clarifying your intentions to the universe. Being productive. Still working towards building something. And it's not just for self. Because all the meanwhile, you're getting closer to the answer. Creating something structurally sound. Let me see here. Continuing to work together. You might be feeling attacked, but you have to work with the situation. You have to make it work. Is there anything else on that? Am I missing something, Spirit? Yeah, so that you're not a damsel in distress. Because that's fast forward movement communication, but it's also almost like spears being thrown in the air with this like almost damsel in distress, innocent bystander figure. You might be feeling like you're under attack, or things are just moving too fast for you, but you need to take hold of your situation more intimately and work on what you can. The imbalance presents both overwhelm and underwhelm. The difference is how we receive the messages of what's being thrown our way, to us, not at us. Okay, this is fall on the floor is the Tower and the Ace of Swords. So being smart about your situation is reiterating. You have to make it work. Even if it's sending subtle signals like Morse code. This is the smartest card in the deck. It's wisdom through triumph. Over your battles, over whatever you've lost. So being smart about this situation, what it's trying to teach you. That's how you fix it. You fix it from within. You see the crowns? This might have to do with the number 11. This is the master aspirant or achiever. To conquer the fears of your own temple or tower moments speaks of one's capabilities of achieving anything. You see how both are still erect and both still have crowns. It's the polarities, visually speaking. Yeah. That there is resilience. There's a sun behind this, within your grip. Yeah, you see the mountains. Foundation is your atmosphere, your horizons. Now that there's a clearing from those tower moments. Yeah, you'll learn a lot from whatever you're going through. That fixing it is just fixing your perspective and your actions, your response to the world. Yeah, that's what that is. Okay, I hope that helped. This is all meant for a certain reason, to teach us. So, hope that helped, Pile 2. Thanks so much. Hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for letting me read for you. And I wish you well, because oftentimes our journey parallels. I mean, I'm your reader, and this is partially a message for me too, so hang in there. Spirit says that we can do this. Our guides tell us so. Okay, Pile 3. How can Pile 3 fix it? Whatever thing they're going through. Spirit. For Pile 3, which is this dried rose. How can Pile 3 fix this? Six of Pentacles. Being generous. Let's see, anything more? reciprocating. Excuse me. Finding balance with giving and receiving, and who to give to. Because many want many things. Okay. The Two of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So, for my glasses, it was easier to see on that. It's asking for us to maintain balance still. Finding union with self and with others. Finding the strength within that. But understanding the reality of people and the nature of things that are constantly changing, and that not everyone will want to reciprocate. So just to be aware of that, discerning. I saw 2 bubbles flow up from this jar that I have of anointing oils. Maybe that means something coming up for air. Perhaps whatever we've gone through had thick viscosity and didn't allow for much breathing room. Yeah, our thought processes need to ascend. Yeah, just high quality discernment. Okay, but how do we, is there anything else? So, this might have something to do with rectifying our approach to the world. Like, this is almost like after a clean slate of things that have fallen that no longer serve. Perhaps a continuation from pile 2. So this is almost how to do it next time. Yeah, 8 of Swords, 8 of Wands, is followed up by the 6 of Wands, which is victory. So fast forward movement in transitioning, in transformation. Yeah, you're going through a transformation process and it's leading to victory. So if you resonated with the other piles, this is the outcome. This is your clean slate, how to fix it for your new life. Oh my gosh, and then on my wrist, this is what turned up. The King of Wands and the 9 of Wands. King of Wands and the Knight of Swords. 9 of Swords. This is sadness, grief, heartbreak times 3. This is almost feeling victimized, paralyzed almost in sadness and fears. Being up late at night. But it's covered by the King of Wands. You might still go through this from time to time. But to remember that you can take command with your passions, your driving force, like your willpower. You are able to set the stage for your future self and other characters along the way. That you have ancestral backing. Cosmic backing in overcoming whatever it is. Yeah. So you don't repeat the same cycles. Let me see here. There are 14 leaves. Let me just double check one. There are 15 leaves on his wand. 15 is about self-exploration through experiential indulgences. Let me just see if there's anything else. Spirit, is there anything else for pile 3 on how to fix it? Shit. I think we need to move to the next deck. Pile 3, Spirit. Is there anything else you'd like to clarify on how to fix it for pile 3? The Knight of Wands in reverse. Wait. What is this? Yeah, the Knight of Wands in reverse. The Page of Wands in reverse. 10 of Wands in reverse. Lovers in reverse. And 4 of Cups. Okay. I think you resonate with pile 2 because this came up again from the other deck in the same position. Yes, taking a step back. Before you move into your new cycle, your new clean slate, you have to take a step back. Make sure you don't start anything too soon, that you realize that you have to finish whatever you started, like tie up loose ends, because are releasing a lot of burdens, or are about to, and that there is still some imbalance within, and this can easily be rectified. But that's before you start your, so before you start your clean slate, it's to let go of these burdens, because behind this imbalance is this 4 of Cups energy, which can really get you down, feeling disillusioned, depressed, saddened, insecure, so withdrawn from the world, insatiated, just deflated. It's just unhappy, dissatisfied. And you can do a lot of wrong with that. You see how the limbs, the branches are almost like hands that are creeping in. Yeah. That's what that means. Releasing the burdens, not starting something new, not moving in haste. Is there anything else on how to fix it for pile 3? Okay. 2 of Cups. This is reiterating what we just saw here. Yeah, 2 of Cups. Finding union in self, the balance, dualities, and everything. This is speaking in relationships in general and how you approach everything. It's almost like toast. It's agreement. Yes. It's healing for us to do that. The Caduceus with the head of a lion and the angelic wings. It's slowly rebuilding strength through every action, through every gesture, which speaks of your intention, speaking your intention to the universe. With that hand, you steer your course of fortune. Okay, I hope that helped. And then 1 card for all 3 piles, Spirit. 1 card for all 3 piles to focus on. 21. It's the world. It's finishing cycles. 33:11 on the clock. Completing cycles. How cool is that? Whoa. And then on the bottom is strength. That's the bottom of the deck. What? 33:33 on the clock. That is insane. Thanks, Spirit. Do you want to do that for this too? For all 3 piles? Cut the deck. Two of Pentacles in reverse. And then the 9 of Wands in reverse. This took me a bit of patient contemplation to find the right answer. And with that, your higher self recommends you follow suit to discern what that truly means for you. Okay. That's what it is. Okay. We need to have some boundaries set up even for ourselves, but it's not being so defensive. Like, you don't need to always stand guard on everything. Realizing that sometimes there's imbalances within us that can make us either have poor boundaries and need to set them, or that we've micromanaged our lives and need to. So it's either or, because imbalance is lack of moderation. Yeah, those are 2 sides. Interesting. I love it. All right. Hope that helped everybody. If you like to hit the like button, and either way, I wish you well on your journey. And your guides, your angels, and spirits say that each of us can fix it. So, thank them. Thank you, angels. Thank you, guides. Thank you, higher selves of the all. I see bubbles coming up again on this elixir oil thing. Very cool. Reiterating the need to take a breather to acknowledge its validity. Your validity. Yeah, it's good. All right. Hope to see you again. Hope that helped. And I'll see you next time.